The Tacoma Police Department receives a Compassionate Police Department Award from PETA, recognizing the officers' kindness and determination in rescuing a frightened dog. There's lots of exciting summer activities coming up from Parks Tacoma. The Patsy Surh Place, an affordable housing community dedicated to seniors, celebrates its grand opening in the Lincoln District. Learn about the latest events from downtown Tacoma on the go. Tacoma hosts the largest Juneteenth celebration in Washington State. Those stories and more coming up on Tacoma Report. Welcome to Tacoma Report. I'm Laura Proctor. Patsy Surh Place is a new 6-story building that features 47 studio apartments and 31 bedroom units, all designated for seniors earning up to 30 and 50% of the area median income. The Asia Pacific Cultural Center and Low Income Housing Institute recently hosted the grand opening ceremony.
This project represents a beacon of hope. 77 units of deeply affordable housing for low-income senior. I'm talking 30 to 50% of the area median income. Seniors who deserve to live and age with stability and dignity in a place that is as beautiful as the life they have lived and contributed to the community that they love. And Patsy, what I will tell you is that if people are gonna push people up a hill, there's gotta be somebody in front who's willing to lead. We couldn't have got here if we didn't have somebody to push up the hill. And Patsy, so I say directly to you, we are so grateful for you. And this is because of you.
I'm confident that this much needed housing initiative will provide countless opportunity for those who are in desperate need of a safe, comfortable, and secure place to call home. The Patsy Surh Place promised to offer all that and much more. I know for sure many immigrants would like to have their names left in this land. Therefore, it is profound gratitude and humility that I find my name etched in the annal of my adopted homeland, America.
On April 19th, along the shoreline at Chinese Reconciliation Park, a passerby heard barking and found a dog stranded on the rocks and alerted police.
What's going on?
We were on our walk and there's a dog trapped. It's kind of in a not great position.
What happened? So, oh my goodness, she was a good doggy. This is quite the dicey spot. You're not kidding. I am so glad you guys called though. So let's try the lead first and see if maybe we can encourage.
When officers arrived, they were able to use a tarp to hoist the stuck dog to safety. The dog was reunited with its family at a local animal shelter. The People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals Association, or PETA, is sending a Compassionate Police Department Award to the Tacoma Police Department in recognition of the officers' kindness and determination as they rescued the frightened dog. PETA President Ingrid Newkirk says PETA encourages everyone to follow their example by taking immediate action whenever they see an animal in need. The Tacoma Police Department will receive a framed certificate along with vegan chocolates. Whether you're an expert gardener, a budding plant lover, or just enjoy smelling the roses, the Point Defiance Flower and Garden Festival is an experience you can really dig your shovel into. The festival will be held both outdoors and inside, gracing Point Defiance Parks, Gardens, and Pagoda. Meet up with your friends at the Rose Garden. You'll get a chance to sample regional wines and craft beers. Representatives from local vineyards and breweries will be on hand to explain how growing conditions can affect flavor profiles and what goes into the production of the ingredients that come together to produce fine wines and craft brews. Tacoma's 4th of July Summer Blast is the City of Tacoma's official 4th of July celebration. This annual event takes place on the iconic Ruston Way waterfront and welcomes tens of thousands of visitors. Featuring 2 distinct event footprints, over 150 vendors, 2 stages, and a 20-minute firework display, this event is the largest free community event in the South Sound. From outdoor adventures to creative activities, Parks Tacoma has a summer camp for everyone. Keep your kids active and engaged this summer with Parks Tacoma. Types of camps include outdoors, arts, babysitter training, nature, imaginative play, martial arts, and more. Visit the Parks Tacoma website for full details. The Verlo Playfield recently unveiled its newly renovated multi-purpose court. The improved court consists of features to play basketball, street hockey, and futsal. The new fully inclusive and accessible multi-purpose court for the East Side neighborhood provides Tacoma youth access and opportunity to experience hockey and help ensure that they have a safe space to learn and play the game for years to come. On May 22nd, the Tacoma Historic Preservation and Landmarks Preservation Commission presented the 2025 Annual Preservation Awards. The awards recognize the critical work of community members to enhance and preserve Tacoma's unique character through outstanding heritage-related efforts.
Sharing American history through the lens and the voices of our Japanese American community provides a different perspective on our past, a perspective as diverse as our community, but bound together by a shared experience that we work to make sure never happens again.
History is kind of evaporating, and these stones and markers hopefully will not just show the history that some people think is relevant, but the full history of the neighborhood going back to the 1800s.
Tacoma hosts the largest Juneteenth celebration in Washington State. This year, the event takes place at Stewart Heights Park on June 19th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Attendees can enjoy music, food, vendors, history, and community. Coming up after the break, Laura Svancarek from Downtown on the Go joins us in the studio to talk about Bike Month and other upcoming events. Stick around. Welcome back to Tacoma Report. Downtown on the Go's purpose is to create a community where everyone can get around with or without a car. Executive Director Laura Svancarek joins us now to talk about the organization's mission and how you can get involved. Laura, welcome to the show.
Yeah, really excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So we have a few questions for you to share with our viewers about your program. And so we want to start off by letting our viewers know what is Downtown on the Go and what does the organization do?
Yeah, absolutely. Downtown on the Go is a local nonprofit. We work to make it easy, safe, and convenient to walk, bike, and use transit in Tacoma. We have been an independent nonprofit since 2013. Often our work will focus in the downtown area, trying to support commuters and residents of downtown, but really the work that we do expands out through the rest of Tacoma and into Pierce County. Okay. We kind of do 3 main things. We work with large employers in Tacoma to support their commuter program, so trying to support them in supporting their employees to choose sustainable travel modes when they go to and from the office. We also host a lot of community events, trying to get people out of their homes, out of their cars, and trying walking, biking, and transit use, getting them connected with the city, its history, community members, and people that have similar interests to them. And we also do a lot of local level advocacy, so championing policies and projects that really do tangibly make it safer, more convenient to walk, bike, and take transit.
Can you share with our viewers what type of advocacy work that you're doing?
Yeah. Right now, a lot of our focus is on maintaining funding and prioritizing of active transportation projects in the city of Tacoma. I think we're all aware that the Streets Initiative on the ballot did not pass earlier this year in April. And that means that we're looking at some tight budget times for City of Tacoma's Public Works. And our goal as an organization is to ensure that City Council is aware of the importance of continuing to invest in active transportation infrastructure. So that means things like protected bike lanes, but it also means completed safe sidewalks that are ADA accessible. It also means safe crossings, especially on some of our most dangerous roads like our arterials, like South 72nd or Pacific Avenue, Portland Avenue, those types of roads. It's really important that even as we're facing some tight budget, that we continue to prioritize safety projects. So a lot of what we do is try to get other community members involved and civically engaged. So we provide a lot of resources on how to engage with council, some tips on how to prepare comment. And we actually, a couple of weeks ago, brought a bunch of folks to council to speak on the importance of active transportation infrastructure.
Absolutely. And we did talk a little bit about how more folks are actually working in the office, which is creating more cars on the road and so forth. And so in addition to the incentives that your organization is offering, can you also let our viewers know other ways that you're encouraging people to walk, bike, and take transit? Yeah, a big part of the work that we do is education and resources. Yes. A lot of times, you know, like you mentioned with this return to office, there's a lot of folks going back to the office more often now. Maybe they used to take the bus or carpool before, but since it's been such a slow transition back into being in person, they haven't picked those habits back up yet. But there's also a lot of people who are interested in cycling. Maybe they got one of those e-bike rebates and they're about to get a new e-bike. Or maybe they're just looking for ways to cut down costs by leaving the car at home, trying something else. And what we try to do is get the resources out to people so it doesn't feel so scary to make a different choice. Right. You know, if you've never used the bus before, maybe you don't know how to pay for the bus. And that can be a tremendous barrier for somebody. If you've never cycled before, you don't know where the safe cycling paths are. Right. And that makes it hard to go out for that first time. So that's one of the things we try to do with our events is encourage people to get past that first try. Absolutely. And be able to continue to build habits from there. Make it a little less scary and give them a reason to be excited about it. Right. And to your point about the bus, you know, just understanding the bus lines and what route you need to get on to go from point A to point B. So I think that's wonderful that you're offering those resources to help folks feel more comfortable, you know, in being able to take public transportation or ride their bikes. So that's good. And hopefully our viewers and those that are going to be, you know, considering riding the bus or riding their bikes will take advantage of those resources. Yeah, right. Absolutely. Yeah. And so speaking of the community, how can people get involved? Well, we are always looking for volunteers. Okay. Like I said, we have a lot of events that happen through the summer, including our Walk Tacoma series, which are guided historical walks. Just last week, we highlighted South Sound Day of Remembrance with a walk with about 150 attendees came out and walked in the rain with us, learning about the history of Tacoma's former Japantown. On June 18th, we'll be doing a public art walk with Spaceworks. And so these are, you know, a really great opportunity to get out of the house and learn about our city and engage with other people in our community. But we're always looking for volunteers to help us, you know, get folks across the street safely. So there's lots of opportunities at our website, which is downtownonthego.org. Perfect. Well, Laura, we appreciate you being on the show and sharing your goal, your vision, everything that your organization is doing with our viewers. And hopefully they will take advantage of those resources and educate themselves. And thank you just for being here. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. This was great. All right. We look forward to having you back with an update. Perfect. Okay. Thanks, Laura. That wraps up another edition of Tacoma Report. For more information on the latest happenings in Tacoma, visit tacoma.gov. I'm Laura Proctor. Stay tuned and stay connected.